All right, all right, all right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to ICBSU Team Express Business Zoom. And I am super excited that each and every one of you are here. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the crystal reset because we've got just a couple more to go. We've got the director and executive. If you weren't on the pros call with me this morning, please go back and listen to that recording because I think it's definitely highly important for each and every one of us to just have a good reminder and some good hardcore maybe lesson or I don't know, goal, whatever, I don't even know what you want to call it, but I want to just recommend that you go back and listen to the call this morning. I have some exciting announcements, maybe. Just haven't decided where I want to go with this. Anyway, we're going to jump in. I'm going to talk about the reset. And then if any of you, maybe you're newer or maybe you're very seasoned and you have a question, you're like, how do you, or could I, or if there's any kind of business question within Isagenix that you've just been wanting to ask, maybe we might have a little Q&A time. If you could type it in the chat box, that would be really awesome. And maybe you have this burning question. You're like, yeah, I'll just ask her later, or I'll ask my enrolling sponsor later. But you know what? There's maybe if you do that, then somebody else might go, okay, I'm going to go ahead and ask my question. I feel safe because you are in a safe zone and you've got many top dog leaders on this Zoom that can answer that question. So let's open that dialogue, but start with, you know, in the chat, any questions you might have, and we'll just go from there. All right, so tomorrow night is what? Is our Difference Maker Zoom that Christina Potter has so graciously put together. If any of you have a story, it's weight release, performance, athletic performance, healthy aging, a financial story. And remember, the financial story doesn't have to be grandiose. The weight release doesn't have to be grandiose. None of it does. It's your story. And we want to let as many people we know and then all their friends and family know what Isagenix has to offer, what we have to offer through Isagenix, but as a team, as our culture. So Christina Potter has so graciously put this together. And it's every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. PST, which I know 9 o'clock East Coast, I get it, but that's okay. It's one night a week, you'll live. We have some Australia Zooms that go late into the night. Hi, Mark Greer. So y'all can do that. But Christina, would you like to add anything? Like you guys could message Christina and go, hey, and she really needs you. Like, why make her work extra hard to do something that she's already graciously doing for the team? If you guys, she calls it nominate. I say, have your teammates do it. Like, there's no nomination. There's a get your butt to Christina and give her your information and let her put you on a flyer and do it. So, Christina, do you have anything you want to add before I dive in?
Just do it. No, just do it. No, I think whether you've been with Isagenix for a week, a month, a year, or 10, you have a story, okay? And someone that's just joined, if you have some, I mean, I'm calling all the leaders and I'm calling all the new people, you know, if you're, you know, if you feel like your story is amazing, which it is, reach out to me or reach out to the person that signed you up and just let them know. It's like, hey, you know what, that Tuesday Zoom, I would like to share my story, right? And then whoever's, I think the best way to do it is to kind of get the leaders on the team to reach out to the people that they've personally signed up and say, hey, you know what, I love your story, because that creates the community. We're a family, okay? When we want to help each other out, and it's kind of like when your kids are you know, doing amazing, you want to tell the world, and these are your babies. And it's like, they got an A+, they lost 10 pounds, 10 inches, whatever it is, or they made $1,000 or $500. That $500, the car payment, it's whatever. So please don't, and don't be scared. It's not a script, it's not anything. It's just from the heart. Share what Isagenix has done for you. And if you've put this products in your body, you have a story, plain and simple. End of story.
Amen. Yes.
You guys, can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Christina. So, you know, with these Zooms, and I've said it over and over again, but I'm finding today I'm getting questions from people that we've personally enrolled, questions that I answer in trainings all the time, all the time, all the time. There's especially one that like is in my craw that I answer all the time, and I still get the same question. So if I'm still getting the same question on something that I've trained on, I feel like I train on it every day, like on every call and every Zoom. If I'm still getting that question, still answering that, then I feel like I need to keep just really driving it home that we have this beautiful gift that Christina started on Tuesday nights. We have this beautiful gift, and I feel like I need to drive it home and keep talking about it, that, you know, facts tell, stories sell, and this is our opportunity to get guests on. This is our opportunity to get our teammates on, because we must learn the stories. When Jeff and I first got involved in Isogenics, it was all about the stories. In fact, David T.S. Wood, where we all just kind of missed the one in Phoenix, and I'm hoping we're not going to miss the one in North Carolina, right? Oh my gosh, I want to call it amplified. It's not amplified. What's it called?
University in Action.
Thank you. University in Action. Like, that was one of our first events after Celebration, and it is where you go and learn your story. Now, you know your story, but you go and learn your story. You learn how to do the comp plan, and you learn your story. And Christina said there's not a script, but kind of there is. So I'm gonna go over that just maybe for a second. So you learn your story, you learn the format and how to tell your story, so it doesn't go on and on and on and on. And you hit the key points that people are interested, because we learn, don't be interesting, be interested. We should be listening, right? But it attracts people in to go, oh, I could tell my story. You mean I don't have to go on for 15 or 20 minutes? It's actually, we were made to learn our story in 30 seconds and got timed. And that's it, you're done. Well, Christina has allowed this platform to be 5-10 minutes. And if you go, yeah, 5 minutes is good. If we say 10, people go 20. You say 20, people go an hour, like, right? So we really learned. But I'm going to suggest, Christina, that from here on out, when you're talking to your people to get them on there, give them the format so they know what to go and they can write their notes. And the format is this: before Isogenics, la 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 la. I was introduced to Isogenics by la 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 la. What I really, whatever the dealings with, la 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 la, and then what happened and what I found, la la la, and I now, la la la. Like, that's the format, that's it. And
type it up, Debbie. That is a beautiful format.
blah, blah. Well, it is typed up, you know where? In isogenicsbusiness.com. And we all are really doing a disservice to every single one of our people if we're not teaching that 30-second story. And we've done it on here. I've done it on calls, but definitely dive into the isogenicsbusiness.com, and it says how to share your story, and go in and practice that and write it out. And it might, the first couple of times that you say it, it might sound like a script, but I know if Kathy Coover, if you're at an event and Kathy Coover said, hey, Chris Harville, come on up on stage and tell your story, that is what she's expecting. She is not expecting anything else. And don't make the person that's asked you to share your story, maybe it's the expert on a 3-way call, maybe it's Kathy Coover, maybe it's Christina Potter, don't make them have to cut you off. It's such an uncomfortable position. And when you practice that story in that manner, there's going to be times that you take the stage and you are the person that's highlighted on the stage. You do get 10 minutes. Then you can elaborate on some different things. But when you're just asked to share your story, it's the 30-second story. So Christina's giving us 5 and I'm sharing tomorrow night. I'm like, uh-oh. Now that I just preached it, I got to walk it.
You guys get a perfect example from Debi Beebe.
I'm going to write it out so I have it in front of me. Debbie, do that 30-second story. And then jump on that so you can see it. But definitely it behooves you and the person that you're telling it to, because all that really, really matters is they hear that you had a pain point and Isogenics fixed that pain point when you found Isogenics, and how you would like to deliver that out to the world and how you would like to help people. So that's highly important. So tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, start inviting. And if you don't have any guests, that's okay. Get on there. We have to learn each other's stories. All right. Oh, I thought Jeff was talking to me. I'm like, what? Okay. So now we're going to talk about the crystal reset. Some of you are on ice rally teams. Some of you are not. But everybody can play in the crystal reset. Some of you hit consultant. Some of you hit manager in the crystal reset. Some of you did not. But guess what? You can still go for crystal director. And the last day to hit crystal director, and that means to get the bonus of $750. You've got until, what is it, May 16th, I think. I had it up earlier, May 16th. You've got a whole month. Are you kidding me? Why are you waiting a whole month to collect $750? Isogenic says, here's $750. And you're like, I'll get it later. What? No, get your $750. So what does that take? Takes 6 consultants. Most of you have 1 or 2 consultants. So all you need to do is create, at any one given 24-hour period, is 6 executives, consultants that are active. That's all it takes. And then to hit crystal executive reset, all it takes is 10 in a 24-hour period that they're all consultants. And then if they fall off, they fall off. But hopefully you've done your work with them and they don't fall off, and they're going to proceed on to manager. Be a manager baby making machine is what I say. And then help them get to director, and then help them get to executive, and help them get all the money that they can that's waiting on the table for them, especially right now while all of this is going on. People are working from home. People are working a little bit differently, and maybe they love their job and they're waiting to go back to their job, but they maybe need to supplement right now with residual income. And how about they start supplementing with that upfront money, those bonuses, and then when they go back to their job, hey, they got residual going on, and they might know somebody else that really needs this right now. So as I spoke on the call this morning, I talked about hitting director. Hitting director is that $750 bonus for hitting crystal director. But if you make 6 consultants, you guys know that you get $100 per consultant that you make up to 40. So that is not just $750. That's an additional $600 for 6 consultants. I know the math, I taught on it. It's like $1,350. I'm like, I know. I taught that this morning. So anybody on here like that kind of money? Just me? I mean, heck, offer me $100. I'll take it. Come on now. So anyway, I just want to put that out there. And then again, Crystal Executive is July 12th, my birthday, which is also Jim Cooper's birthday. So I feel really special that we share that birthday. But why are you waiting? That's another $1,000. That's another 4 consultants, which is $400 more. So it's another $1,400. Why are you waiting? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Get with your enrolling sponsor, or if your enrolling sponsor isn't doing business, get with one of us. Go up, up, up. Don't go down, down, down. And I hate that word. Sorry. But don't go out and somewhere else and shiny over there and somebody else's team over there. Get with somebody who is working within this organization that's really doing it, and have them help you, because that's what we're all here for. All right. Jeff Beebe, you want to add anything else before I go on to the next thing? I know you do, because we're talking money.
You know what? It's I do want to add something, and I got a message earlier today, a couple hours ago, and Jason Ganson just got his check. How we get paid on Monday, and he's been with us since December. And you guys seen his transformation. He's unbelievable, and he's just loving it. And he's a product user for a little bit, but he's put his head down, and he goes, I can't believe my residual income check just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And this week, I just want to congratulate him. He just sent me a screenshot of his check. If you guys can see, let's see, he highlighted it. $2,025.30 for the week, not for the month, for the week. And he goes, dude, I'm never stopping. And he's on here. And hey, Jason, do you get that phone call yet? Okay, hang on.
Hold on. Yeah, okay, I'm on. Yeah, I just got text. He's calling me here in a minute.
Okay, I'm not going to say nothing then. Keep going. And this guy's working. He's on a mission right now. Create a group of individuals, of avatars that you guys have on your team, of avatars, and create a little group. And when you have a group of people that are true leaders and true leaders that don't get their feelings hurt or don't, oh, this person's going faster than me, it just motivates them more. We've created this little group of individuals that are just competing with each other. And all that did is make his check go to $2,000 a week, because they're racing. You know, he's racing Mark Greer, racing Chris, racing, Monique, and create that momentum that you guys have between yourself. And you guys that are just getting into this business, just realize the opportunity, like Debbie says, the opportunity. So many people, especially right now, can use an extra $500, $1,000 in their house a week, can use an extra $500 right now, or an extra $100 right now. All I got to help somebody make $100. I have two of them, I make $500. It means a lot to people right now. And a lot of people are sitting at home and overeating because of stress, and are just stressed in general. And when you're stressed, your weight goes on. And don't think people don't have money right now, because there's a lot of people in this world that have a lot of money and have enough money. And what we have is just reallocating the money that they're putting in their mouth already, and they're going to end up saving money because they're overspending right now, because the grocery stores are having stuff delivered, tipping, and all this stuff. So realize what we have right now to offer somebody. But the best part, tell them, listen, not only this gets in your body, but you got a business right now. You're at home right now. Nobody can fire you right now. And we get to open up wholesale accounts just like you have. And so many people are struggling at this point of their life right now. And, to be able to gift some people $500, $200, anything right now, it's amazing how much they light up, if you just show them the money. So that's it. We have last week, we had some massive congratulations, and I think Debbie wants to read off a lot of the consultants and people that rank advanced. So she'll do that, but we got some big rank advancements coming up that they're on fire. Everybody's competing, and I'm calling some people out. I messaged Renee Caney, girl, come on, because she's competitive. She wants to go. She's helping a lot of people. And so reach out to you guys. And, we got a lot of people on Frank Hernandez and D's team, Diamond D. You see that isopulse. I mean, you guys see Amplified Health. You guys see not only the isopulse, but you guys see the feed where we're asking for approval. All you guys are in it. Most of you guys on this team are in that feed. We're asking for approval. And so are you guys adding people to Amplified Health? Because that's the drip system. Because I'm just being straight up. I don't see a lot of names. I see a lot of people on here, but I don't see the names coming through asking for approval to get people put into the group. The group is a huge drip system. We can send people videos, and trust me, I send a boatload of videos. I say, perfect, I'm ready. I'm loaded for bear. Right when they say, here's a video to watch, I'm going to add you into the really cool group right now. Do you see it in your notifications? Do you accept it? And I just get to do it again. I just get to tag them again. But it's so important to put them in the page if you don't have appointment right then, right afterwards. So again, it would light me up. It'd light Debbie up. It would light all our administrators up, but especially Debbie and I, to the bottom of our heart, to see, because I know a lot of people on here are leaders that want to do this, but I don't see their name popping across for approvals. I don't see any stuff popping in. So really take it and think, okay, who can I add? Who are the 3 people I can add tomorrow? I'm going to start adding people in the group, and I'm going to write it down in my book. I'm going to write it down in my book. I tried to find my book here. I'm going to write it down in my book. See what that says? Look. I have a book for every year. Every year I have a book, and I write, they get a page. Everyone gets a little page. And look, that one says enrolled. And every person I add in there, I added people last night. So add them in the group, keep a list, and follow up. Follow out. It doesn't get any more simple than that. A name, a time, a date, you put them in, and hey, she's a single mom with 2 kids. Hey, they're married. You have a little history, and write the date, and write it in this book, this other book. Write it in your big book, this big book, the date you're following up. And if they say no, flip it 2 weeks and write their name again and follow up and say, hey, I added you in a group a couple weeks ago. Did you have a chance to look around? And I'd love to get you started today. What's a good time you can talk? And if they say, oh, I'm not ready, say, perfect. What's the date you will be ready? And I'll put it in my book to follow up. And if you have any friends, please refer them to me. And meanwhile, that's it. So go ahead, back to you, Debbie.
Back to me, thanks. So I cruised through the questions, and there's no questions, Jeff. So what I always think when there's no questions, that tells me a couple things. First off, my smart aleck side of my brain, whatever side that's on, I don't know if it's left or right, my smart aleck side goes, oh, well then they've got this. They're all executives. They got it. They've got enrollments. They've got consultants. They've hit their crystal reset. There's no questions. Why are we on here? So everybody's got it, right? Everybody knows how to do every part of this business, and everybody's doing it. Yes? Yeah, Christina. Now, Smart Aleck, I want to be fun and light with that, right? Because I know that there's some of you on here that you might be struggling, and you might have a question how to, and what is it that we can do to get you to come out of your shell and ask us? Because you've got top leaders on here to ask. You've got Chris Harville, you've got Christina Potter, you've got Frankie ND. I'm just kind of trying to look around and see who's on. You've got who? Mark Greer, sorry. I'm just trying to keep up because there was a couple pages. Now there's just one. Okay, now back to one. Anyway, you've got some top leaders, and even if you haven't hit executive, but you've been doing the do, you know how to do it, there's a lot of advice that you can get from people on here. So I just want to know, I want to see who's bold enough to come out and ask a question. Do you guys want to know the question I got today? Do you guys want to know the question I got messaged to me? Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly wants to know. I want to know if you've ever asked me this question. I've sent out videos and I've sent out some information to probably 15 to 20 different people, and they're just not calling me back. What do I do? Okay, Christina, you laughed. Please tell me, what is my answer?
Well, I mean, there's different answers. I would say your answer would be follow up. Don't just, plant the seed and pray it grows. So that would be the #1 answer. But there's a bunch of other answers I can
There's a bunch of other answers. So I've always trained this. And this is me. Now, Jeff will tell you different because he'll just send out information, but he is strong follow-up. Me, I won't send you any information. I want my appointment. I want my phone number and my appointment. Give me your number and tell me what day and time you can talk, and I'll get all your questions answered. I get that, and then they go into Amplified Health. I get that, and then they get a video. I get that, and then they get information. That's me. That's how I build. And I feel like I say it on every single call, but that's me. That's what works for me. And I look at, like on this right here, I see moms that have kids and they're trying to work and they're trying to be with their kids. And I wouldn't want them to do it any other way because they've got limited time. I'm not going to go, oh, just send out information. Just sit around for 8 hours and send it out, send it out, send it out. And I don't think that that would be like lucrative for them. Now with Jeff Beebe, he will send information, but he's already got their number and he's already following up with them. So he might send them information first. It's whatever's going to work for you. But obviously, if we're doing something and it's not working, we have to go change the course. But in our organization, I have taught for 7 years that I will not send it out if I don't have their number with a day and time for a follow-up. And anytime somebody has hesitated, like when we're face-to-face, let's say in the gym, and I go, okay, what's the best day and time that you can talk? And they're like, I don't know, I don't care, anytime. I push them to what's best for them, and then I make it work in my schedule. And then I say, okay, what's the best number that I can call you at, and I'll get all your questions answered. And if they give a little hesitation, I make it funny and I go, believe me, I don't have time to stalk you. I'm just gonna answer any questions, because after I send you the information, after I send you the video, you're gonna have some questions and I just wanna make sure I get them answered. And they're like, okay, and they give me their number. Like it's such an easy thing. Now, right now, we're pretty much, you know, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, text. So if you're text, you have their number already, right? That is my best advice and recommendation, is get people's numbers. And if you didn't set up an appointment time, you have their number. So you call them within a couple days, or and Jeff's ready to go, within a couple days, and say, hey, did you have time to watch that video? And if they say, no, you know what? It kind of slipped away from me. I got a little busy. Do you have time to watch it now? Well, yeah, I could do that. Perfect. I have some work to do. I'll tell you what, I'll mute out. You watch the video and then I can answer your questions. Or if they say, well, I can watch it in a little bit later. Great. So if I call you back by 5, do you think you'll have watched it by 5? Yeah, sure. Perfect. And then call them back at 5. Like, make sure that I want to say like touching them. Like, make sure you're, I don't know, I'm there. I'm here. Here I am. I'm here. I'm still here. Hi, I'm here. Like, still be there, because they're waiting for somebody to help them, or they want to talk to you in the first place about it. They're waiting. And sometimes have you ever wanted to really do something in your life that scared you maybe a little bit? And you're like, I'm all in. Oh, crap. Right? So they're like, I'm all in. Oh, crap. Right now, for me personally, and I want to put this in a little bit of perspective, and then Jeff, you can take it away, or Chris, Harville, you can take it away. Frankie, Christina, if you want to jump in, but let me put it in perspective. I just got put in a group today, 75 hard. Anybody done 75 hard? Okay, so 75 hard is you have a list of things that you have to do for 75 days. There's no drinking. I don't drink, that's easy. There's no junk food, desserts. It's all clean. It's like a gallon of water every day, reading 10 pages every day, doing 2 workouts a day. 1 is required outside, no matter the weather. Like, it's strict. It's called 75 hard for a reason. And if you miss one of the things on the list, you have to start over day 1. Somebody put me in the group. I asked to be put in the group, and I am like, I'm all in. Ooh, crap. So all it takes is her and a couple other people in that group to go, come on, you got this. And I'm like, okay. Like, I feel supported, and I feel like they're there for me, because they've been doing, come on, I'm still here, come on. And it enticed me, even though I'm scared to death. Okay, don't tell them I said I'm all in yet. choose my day to go 75 hard. But I don't know if that helps you guys think about why it's so important with that follow-up and that touch, that constant touch, because they maybe ghosted you. They maybe were like, I'm all in. And then you're like, where'd you go? And they said nothing back to you, right? Maybe that happened, but it's because they got a little fearful. So that touch is so important. And, you know, we always say fortune's in the follow-up. That means for your people that have already enrolled also. That's for your people that said, I wanted to do business and then got scared because they're scared that they're probably going to fail. That's what they're scared of. That touch, that follow-up, the fortunes in the follow-up across the board. The people that want to be all in and got scared, and the people that got in and got scared, and the people that got in and got moving and then hit a bump in the road and got scared. Fortunes in the follow-up, we must follow up with everybody that we've been touching. Keep touching. Be like a cat when they need. Be needy in this way. Touch. Not needy like in a weird way. All right, Jeff Beebe, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, you see me on the phone at the same time listening, and I'm talking to somebody on this Zoom on the phone because they're running like crap and they're ready to hit something. So they're like going. So when we talk about these goals that we're doing, so that's what's happening when you see this. And you know, I just want to say something too. We're running a business, and Frank and Dee Hernandez brought this up this morning or yesterday. We talk every day to these top leaders because they're running. They don't flip, and there's not a day that they're not calling, and it's nothing. The calls are exactly this. Dude, I got 4 appointments today. I got 1 enrollment. I'm going to create a consultant today. And what are you doing? You know, that's how our conversations start and end quick. And it's all about production. But Frank and Diamond D were talking about, you know, they hit executive, and they were running that he says, no, I'm pedal to the metal. He's racing to beat a few of these others to 3-star, period. 5-star, he says, 5-star. He's not even talking, they're not even talking about 3-star, but those are just steps to get there. He says, I'm going to blow everybody away to hit the 5-star. And I don't doubt it. But he says, you know, I got money set aside for my business, for my executive business. And he named it some other way. And basically he goes, I will never, ever, ever fall out of executive because I got my business capital over here to cushion my business. He goes, because you got to turn the lights on when you own a business. You got to pay to run your business. So when you open the door, you got to click the electricity on. You got to turn the gas on, turn the heater on. He's got the money set aside to do that. And an aha moment. He goes, I'll never run out. He goes, one of my consultants, as I'm building my new ones to get the 5 on my major leg padded. And once it's padded and I got solid people over there making money that won't leave, then I don't need to worry. Then I'll just blow my cycles up and go right to the top. But that money that you're making right now to run your business, the cushion he has, because he goes, I won't fall out because if one of my consultants, one of their peoples don't put enough in, or I'll go place an order under. I'll go bring them back up because I got monies to keep my business running. And it just dawned on me what Isagenix did. Just today, it dawned on me what Isagenix has done for all of us when we hit executive. You know, it used to be the bonus pools for all of us. As you hit 4-star and above, you can play in these big bonus pools that we all got to play in. We don't get those. And it's so brilliant what they did. They gave it to the managers, directors, and executives, managers and directors. In those bonus pools, now you guys can max those out. They maxed out both of them. So you can max those out. So they put all this money for you guys to get there. Then what they did for all of you guys and us, you know, those bonus pools were nice for us. But now, once you hit executive, you got a $10,000 raise. $10,000 raise if you're only enrolling 2 people a month. I mean, I call it a snail pace. You know what I mean? That's a slow, I'm not doing nothing, I'm hardly talking to anybody, and I'm gonna enroll 2 people a month. And they're giving you $750, and $1,000. That's $10,000 for the year of money you guys and none of us expected to have. So if you look at, I have $750 every month to keep my executive business open. That's money I didn't expect to have. So I'm going to use that money to pay it forward if I need to keep my business running. Next month, I got another $750. Next month, I got $1,000. I got $10,000 to run my business while I'm getting to 5-star, getting to 3-star. I will never fall out. That's what he says. I will never fall out of executive because I have this capital of money for free now from Isogenics is allowing me to run my business and doing what I need to do to make it happen. So it's a beautiful thing. That hit this morning. But again, I cannot emphasize to you guys enough. You just talk more. Talk more to everybody you come into contact with, but you have to be intentional to say, how can I serve you? And this is what I would love if you have any friends that you may know or yourself, how you could serve me. At a time like this, we really need to help people. And I'm in a situation where I'm with a company that we are really thriving right now. And we're getting to help a lot of people. So if you have any people you can refer to me, it would light me up to help them. And how can I help you? How can I help you? Because people need help right now. And if we can come at it at that mindset, and every single person, I did the hit them up app the other day. And luckily, it jammed on me at the L's again. At Easter, some of you guys might have got it, my little Easter bunny. And I said, I'm so grateful for my family, my friends, and our team throughout the world. And then I put a picture of Debbie and I next to the bunny. I got 150 messages that I have to answer of people saying thank you and saying something back. And my response is so simple. How are you guys doing right now? Are you working? Question mark. How are you guys working? I mean, how are you guys doing right now? Are you still working? Question mark. I'm going right to the money pain point. And then I'll say, let's jump on the phone. So really run as hard as you can right now. Isogenics is gifting us a director's bonus, $750. 4 consultants built out of that. That's $1,150. Then you do 4 more executive. That's $1,000. That's $1,400. $1,150. You got to think how. I know people on here. Plus say $1,300. I know that's $2,400, $2,500. I know a lot of people. I'm looking at them, and me too. $2,500 is $2,500. And I know a lot of people that can use it right now. All you got to do is really talk to more people. And I know sometimes, don't get me wrong, us top leaders, we get in those discouraged modes too. Dang it. We enrolled a bunch of people a couple weeks ago. We enrolled 1 last week, 2 last week, but the week before, nobody. And the week before that, probably nobody. Well, this last month has been excellent for us. Excellent. We've had more rank advancements on this team, and congratulations to a lot of people on here. Debbie's going to read off all the new consultants. That's what I'd love to hear. And managers and stuff real quick. But the rank advancements that's happened during this epidemic on this team is blown away. Go ahead. How many, Debbie? 21 or something, 22?
11. Oh, okay. So
this last week, what was last week?
I just keep checking the messages for the thing. Anyway, thanks for answering, mystery person. So this last week we had five, I thought it was six rank advancements. We have consultants and we have one new manager. So I butchered the name on the call this morning, and one of the new consultants is actually under Jason, and it's Holly. If you guys could see my screen, when I pull up the Excel sheet, the print is like I can't even see it. So you can see me leaning into the computer. But Jason, if you want to say her last name, because I cannot read it. It's A-R-C.
It's Arciniega.
Thank you. I hate when I butcher people's names. So congratulations to you and to her. And then we have under Thomas Campbell, we have Erica Gutierrez. Under Justin Echoes, we have Teresa Wyndham. And then we have under Danielle Gihan, we have Kyle Costa. And then as manager, we have our newest manager is Danielle Gilman. So congratulations there. I don't think those people are on this, but it's really exciting. And if I missed anybody, please let me know. It's really exciting to watch the team growth. I have so many reports to go through of people that have hit ranks, that hit 5-cycle bonus, that hit 10-cycle bonus. And it's really exciting to watch that happen. And if you're one of those, congratulations. If you're not one of those, you can be. All it takes, and I saw Mark, thank you, Mark Greer, right? Action is the only thing that gets you through down times. And Jeff mentioned, you know, top leaders or leaders, I don't know that we need to call them top leaders, just leaders or anybody building a business. We all go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. The only difference is filling the funnel, like Chris Harville has taught so many times. We fill the funnel, fill the funnel, fill the funnel. And then it's just like when you go and you plow the field and you sow the seed and then you water and then it grows and then you reap. It's the same thing. You know, there's cycles to everything, hence cycles in isogenics. So we all go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's just that action that gets you through those down times. Like, they're gonna happen. So when they do happen, you greet them with gratitude and know that this too, yeah, I see my mom's on here, her favorite saying, this too will pass. And so we have to just be grateful for the whole thing and what we have in isogenics.
I give congratulations to him. You know, we got to do a Zoom last night with a rally team.
Period on the end of that sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry. We did a Zoom with a rally team in Australia yesterday, and it's Mark Greer's rally team on Australia, and he's on our team. I mean, he's in our team, and there's a lot of the Australian team are all friends of ours.
In our organization.
But in our organization, Mark's in our organization, in all your organization, and we did a Zoom with their rally team, and their rally teams are all friends of ours in the company, but they're on a different team. They're not in our organization at all, with Amplified Health, Team Express at all, and all great people. And we got on his Zoom to show how we run our rally team Zoom. We get on, everybody's on the screen like, okay, you're going first. How many enrollments? What did you do? How many rank advancements? Who did you turn consultants? What are your numbers now, Chris? And what were your numbers last week, and what were their numbers this week? So we did that. And I said, next, next, next. And so they say this, and then we pull up the screen, pull it up from corporate. So it puts everybody in check. And just congratulations. Mark Greer from our team is #1 on that flipping individual points. And not only #1, I mean like 5 times past everybody. And we got to pull it up. And I told them, I said, listen, guys, I'm just saying it like it is. Mark Greer's on our team. I'm telling you, you're never going to catch him. I said, I'm just telling you that. But you should try to win the rally team for all you guys. But it's not going to happen because he's on ISOBEST U Team Express. So nobody compares to it. So anyways, congratulations.
Congratulations, Mark, for being all that. Now, I do want to know if Chris or Christina want to say anything, and then I do know that Becky asked for Frankie's script. Don't know, maybe I'm not seeing left field. I don't know what script that was, and if he wants to repeat it, I'm sure it's the one he trained on. And then I've been staring at Elizabeth Wells because I keep thinking that she cut her hair, but now she turned sideways. I don't think she did. Sorry, Shiny. Just being real. And then you guys, as you're sitting there, I always want, you know, I want an aha or a takeaway or how do I, and I really want to give you that. Like, how can we serve you with that? And I know we only have 15 more minutes left, but that's why I wanted in the questions, like, how do I, or what can I, or I don't know, maybe you need to teach me something. And
Hey, I
then,
got something real quick.
okay, perfect.
So following up, raise a hand if you've ever followed up with anybody. Everybody, right? All right, check this out. 67% of you, or 67% will stop after the second try. So you talk to somebody, you followed up once, 67 fall off at that point. 92% will stop after the third try, and I actually think it's higher than that, but that's the national numbers. 92% of the people are going to stop after the second or third try. Get that in your head. And it's not because you've all followed up with somebody. It's not because they judged them and they don't think they're going to do anything. It's because they're scared to. And that's why we don't have any questions on the chat line, is because you pretty much know what to do. It's conversations, and I've even changed that a little bit, attempted conversations to presentations to asking for the close. That's really all you do. You'll never hear me train how to do something in your back office. Some of the leaders, they like to get in there and teach you how to do stuff. You'll never hear me train how to get in your back office, because that's your user's manual, that's your owner's manual, that's your business page. You should know how to get in there. And if you have questions, call one of your leaders and say, hey, what does this mean, or something, right? It's all there. If you have to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning to learn that stuff like I did. So learn your back office. But I think the only question that anybody really has is how to get the courage, or how to get over the fear of taking the step. Because once you take the step of conversating with somebody, or asking somebody, or following up with people, that part really becomes easy, right? So guys, how do we get the courage out of you guys? I have to talk myself up every day. I'm the same. I'm just like you, you know. The leaders up here, they talk this because they made it, right? Guys, I'm on the same page with you. I'm a 2-star trying to get to 3-star. I have to go through the same hurdles that you have to go through and everybody else has to go through. But how do we get that courage to keep going and keep going? And the answer is taking the step. Is just taking a step. Guys, take that step with me. Take that step tomorrow. And yeah, you reach out to 20 people. They're not answering. What do? You follow up with them in the routine time, but you go find 20 more people to text, message, and do the deal with, right? And then you go find 20 more. And you get yourself in a routine and you stay consistent. And it's boring as hell. It's mundane. But that's what we do. It's over and over and over and over again. And before you know it, you got a business. And I know Frankie wants to, Christy's probably got something to do. Frankie's got a really good script. With that amplified health, I always talk about, I'll never get away from, if you want to build your business fast, put people on the page. But you don't just want to put people on the page. You got to have some kind of little conversation first. Let them know what it is. Let them know that it's as good as WebMD or better, right? Because it is. It's awesome. So anyway, that's all I have. I hope that brought a little value to you.
I'm going to follow that, because what I was going to say, awesome job, Chris. I totally agree 100%. But what I had to share was go with fear. And I want you guys all to imagine, I made a post today and I said something like, we have 28,000, the average American, 28,470 days are in our lives. Now, Jason here knows how quick that can change, and he's not the only one. But, you know, especially now with what's going on, you know, you hear all these people perfectly fine, and then they catch a stinking virus, and a few days later, they're gone, right? So I want you to fast forward to you sitting on a rocking chair on a porch and you're 80 years old. Some of us won't make it to 80, but let's hope we all do. So if you're talking to your 80-year-old right now, what advice would your 80-year-old give you? And I've asked myself this question over and over. And what would I tell myself if I could go back, like when I'm 80 and I'm going back to now? And I wrote it down the other day. I said, if you want to be fulfilled when you meet me, feel the fear and do it anyway. If you want to be fulfilled when you meet me, feel the fear and do it anyway. And the other thing that keeps coming to me, it's like, if your why is about yourself, it's too small. You're not going to make it in this business. I mean, I'm sorry. I just got to tell you, it has to be bigger than you. And how is it going to get bigger than you? You're going to have to, okay, imagine having $10 extra in your bank account a month. You'd be like, hey, I can go out to eat once, right? Or I can buy two extra shakes. Like, no big deal, right? Imagine having $100 extra in your bank account. You'd be like, it's still about you, right? Like, what can I do with $100, right? And then you go like, imagine having an extra $1,000 in your bank account. You'd be like, well, I can pay off my house faster, right? It's still about you. Your why is too small. Move on to $10,000 extra amount. You can spend that in a month. I mean, I could. I could take a few trips and I could spend, it's still about me. Change it to $100,000 in a month. And you know, and I know that there's plenty of people in Isogenics that are doing that. And they're doing it just like Jeff and Debbie were talking about, just like Chris is talking about. Feel the fear, do it anyway, keep going, don't ever freaking quit. I've had ups and downs to the level of, I went from, 30 some cycles to 2 cycles. Why? Because I didn't do the do. I stopped doing the do. I hit my comfort zone. I'm like, hey, I'm good. I have residual income. Oh, I had this and this and that. But in order to go back up, you have to do the do, right? So I made it about me. So imagine past the $100,000, go to $1 million, $1 million in a month. People do that. I mean, maybe not through Isogenics, but because Isogenics gives them the freedom to do other things that they're passionate about, they bring that in. They have their own podcast. They have their own companies. They start their own, nonprofit. It's no longer about you. So stop. It started about you. I know for me, from experience, and I hope you guys can relate. It started with me. I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to make money, to do this, to do that. And then it switched and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So your 90-year-old, your 80-year-old is waiting for you. Are you going to go over there and you're going to meet with them on that rocking chair and say, sorry, dude, I effed up. I'm just going to, all this effing regrets that we all have. Don't live with regret. Do it and follow up. What is it? Susan Sly. I hope everybody knows who Susan Sly is. If you guys don't, find her on, YouTube, find her on Facebook. That woman is phenomenal. It took 21 touches. Chris was talking about, percentages. 21 touches. There's only a 0.002% of people in Isogenics that follow 21 times. But if that gets you a Susan Sly on your team, isn't it worth it? Isn't it worth it? So love you guys. Feel the fear, do it anyway. That's my advice.
Fantastic. Frankie?
Okay.
Where you at?
Hi, everybody. The kids are sleeping, so I'm going to kind of talk a little low, but I'm excited to talk about this. And I'm going to do something on ISOBSU about it. It's called the law of large numbers. And what I do every day is that I take a list. Oh, you guys can see that. And my team does the same thing. We reach out to 10 people. We send that invite out to 10 people. Not everybody sees it. Not everybody's on Facebook. But then as the responses go through, we put them in. We get their proof. We do the whole process. Now, I noticed I put 10, the number 10, because it takes most of the time 10 invites to get 5 people to say yes. The other people are just not paying attention, or they saw it or whatever. You just got to keep going. If by noon, those 10, I maybe have 3 or whatever, I send another 10 out. I don't care if I have a backlog, because what I do is I change the incoming script. So I have another script that says, great, I'm going to invite you to the group, expect an invite, blah, blah, blah. You have to accept it in order to be in it. And then I tell them to explore. I have that script as well. But I just adjust it and I say, look out throughout tomorrow, look at your feed, look at your alerts, because you're going to get an invite, and then you accept that I could welcome you into the group. But the whole reason Amplified Health is there, and Jeff and like Debbie and all the leaders are saying it, it's a drip system. And the drip system is there so you don't have to be the annoying person on top of them, number one, right? Because a lot of people feel like, yeah, I'm annoying. I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be annoying. You let them, every time they open up Facebook, Facebook is going to slap their Facebook page with our group. And it's going to let them see a transformation, motivation, something. And it's going to pull them in for you, right? Your job is just like, I've been watching a lot of fishing and I love it, is that you throw that line out, you don't know what's going to happen. You could be waiting there for days or hours, whatever it is. But when something pulls on it, like someone is getting really excited in the feed and they're commenting and all that, you definitely want to follow up with that person immediately. The other people, you definitely want to have a date to follow them up. It's important that you know, like I have 3 columns. I have their name, I have their date entered, I have if they actually accepted the invite, so they see the alerts. This way I could go back and make sure they have. And then what I do is the next line is when I'm going to follow up on them. Generally, it's anywhere between 3 to 5 days. And then their response in that follow-up, do I have to follow up again? Did I have an appointment? What were the results, right? And I just keep doing that. Just same way, I think, if you think about life being a cycle, or cycles being a cycle, everything's a cycle. And so if you just kind of look at what is your conveyor belt from entry to conversion into the business, right? And start tracking that and seeing what's going on in your business, how many invites you've had. You know, if you think about, like, if you were throwing a party, right? How many people would show up to your party? If you wanted 20 people to show up, the last party you invited 50 and only 10 people showed up. Well, that tells you got to step up your invites by another 50, right? So if you want to enroll one person a day, let's make that a goal as a team. If we want to enroll one person a day, how many invites does it take? How many appointments does it take? And then how many out of those appointments do you enroll, right? So let's say, for instance, 10 invites equal 5 people into Amplified Health. You move that number 3 days later, 4 days later, you follow up and you actually get 1 appointment, right? If you can close them, 50%, right? Yes or no, right? So if you close them, that's great. If you don't, what do you do next, right? You let them, you just let them stay in the feed and you follow up again, because it's all about timing. But if you're, let's say, for instance, like out of every 3 appointments, you close 1 person, now you have a solid number. Okay, so if that's the case, you want to have 3 appointments a day, right? Because you want to close 1 person a day. Now let's think about that. You have that 80-year-old person. We're going to go a little closer than 80. We're just going to go today. Let's say 2, and every able to enroll 1 person. Now, how would your morale feel? How would your team feel? What would it do to your business as far as your energy? That would be amazing, right? But it's all about the math, really. That's all you did. It was a mathematical equation to get that number. Now, let's think about your wallet, right? If you enrolled 1 person a day, everybody, well, let's just generalize it to a value pack, because we know that is exactly where we want them to be. That's the pocket where they're going to have the best experience. So if you had 7 enrollments in a week, well, wow, with your double PIBs, right? You made $700 this week, but the following week, you're going to hit all the bonus. So the next week, you're going to hit $1,400. So imagine from there on in, you made $1,400 a week. Now, does that sound actually like crazy? If it does, then it's a good goal, because a goal should be crazy. A goal should really stretch you and make you really feel uncomfortable in the beginning. And then you reach, and then when you hit it, you have something to be proud of. Because if you could hit something that you cannot hit, that you can hit, it's not really a goal. But if you really make it where, hey, you know what, I want to enroll 4 people a week. Well, what is the mathematical equation to make that happen? Follow that, make it happen. The only thing that's going to get in the way is you, because the numbers do not lie. I could keep going, but that is it in a nutshell when it comes to that script. 10 invites a day might equal to 5, maybe more, but have a backlog because our limit is 5. Remember, you have to put your content in between. That's super important because we don't want to see welcome, 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 welcome. We need them to see something other than somebody new, right? They need to see the reason to be there. And then after that, your follow-up and so on and so forth. So I will be doing something in ISABSU, so look out for that because I think it's super important. And I think, and also making sure that your life rewards are always there, and even if you're like in a slump or not, you should be making sure that you're paying yourself first. And that's how when you have your auto ship or life rewards active every month, you're paying yourself first, even if you're not grabbing it. So Debbie,
Okay.
I could keep
Debbie, hang on, Frankie, Debbie, everybody stop for a second.
Wait, I have
Everybody
to
stop, wait. Everybody stop. Why don't you everybody take a big deep breath right now.
No, I have to say something before you announce something.
Oh, it's too quick. Say it.
Okay, because Frankie brought up a really good point, and I have to say this, you guys. Don't ever let your account get into grace. Set your auto ship for every 28 or 29 days. When you go into grace, you just paid Isagenix 100 BV. Please know that. So if it hits 30 days for your auto ship, or you go into your 5-day grace period that they are so nice to give you, you paid them $100, not $100, 100 BV. I don't want to pay 100 BV out of my account. So please stay on top of your auto ships and teach your teammates. Set everybody. I like to set it to 28. Jeff sets everybody to 29. I know I'm driving Jeff crazy right now because he wants to talk so bad, and I'm having a great time right now. Anyway, please do that, please, because every time I see somebody's in grace, it kills my heart because I'm like, oh my gosh, they just lost 100 BV. Don't lose that 100 BV. And the next thing before I give it back to Jeff is I wrote in the comments, write down what is your next goal, the very next goal. Don't give me the bigger picture. I want you to write down what your next goal is. Don't even write it here, write it down and carry it everywhere. Plaster it on your forehead or on your mirror or whatever. Plaster that next goal and focus on it. And I have a feeling we're ending with some kind of announcement right now.
See this? See that? Take a deep breath right now. I've been on the phone.
Wait, should I unmute? Should I unmute everybody?
No, one person. Oh yeah, unmute everybody for a second. But everybody be quiet.
Be quiet while he does this announcement.
Your code.
You're unmuted.
Forgot about that prank.
Okay, who is this? Unmute him out.
I did.
I've been working with this guy the whole time we're on the phone. And he's on this. And just a few days ago, he was pretty far away, but the competition, Mark Greer knows about the competition, Chris Harville, and a few people, but I'm going to announce just now while he was facing this way. I said, go dude, get it in, get it in, get it in, get it. I want to announce our newest executive in the house right here, Jason Jansen. Jason, you rock, bro.
Executive.
Just now, tell us why you did it real quick. This morning he was 3 away, I think.
Nice.
Go ahead, Jason.
That is awesome. Where is he?
He's our number 7.
He was determined to beat Mark, Chris, everybody. Even Chris was running for the Crystal Reset. And Monique, where you at, girl? That's what Monique. I can't see you.
Where are you? Where are you?
Go ahead, Jason.
But, oh, and, you know, I got to really thank you guys for, Jeff and Debbie, for working with me all day, all night, late nights, whatever, to make this happen. Thankful for your persistence. You know, they talked to me. I said no to him 30 times. We talked about being persistent with follow-ups and don't just give up. You know,
So we
talked,
beat Susan Sly.
yeah, over 2 years, and like every month, sometimes a couple times a month, we would talk. And 30 times I've told him no, and he finally convinced me to do it. And you know, I've lost a bunch of weight. I just made Crystal executive, which I'm pretty excited about. Made a bit most money I've ever made in my life this week, and there's going to be another big check coming next week, so that's exciting. You know, if I give you some advice, the biggest thing is just have laser focus. You know, this is all I've thought about, dreamt about, ate, slept, everything is Crystal executive and doing everything I can do in my power. Just that's all I think about, and writing it out and dream board, you know, putting the fictitious names on my dream board and seeing, visualizing it, that these are the people I need and this is who I'm going to get and how I'm going to do it. And so it's all come to fruition, and I'm just entering in the last one now. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate the support.
And just so you know, he was, he's only been with us for about 5 months, since December. He's a product user for a little bit. And two, a month ago, and this is, I'm not saying this sarcastic if you guys are on here and didn't know, but he died and he came back. He hit his head, and his wife hit his head, fell and hit his head, and his wife had to revise him. He was breathing. Revive or whatever, yeah. Revival. So he in the hospital. As I'm talking to him in the hospital, he's telling me he's all slurry, telling me he's talking to the nurses. He's got a couple of numbers, and he's the most persistent. And I'm just so thankful that he's on our team. He's the most humble, loving human being, and
I'm a little slow, and I have a headache, but I got some numbers.
But you guys, I want you to see it's all possible, but he talks to everybody that comes in front of him.
He does.
He talks to everybody that comes in front of him, everybody. And he asks them if they're open, everybody.
Congratulations.
And so congratulations. And awesome. He's going to be doing a couple trainings for us on our Zooms here shortly. And I'm going to have him as a guest speaker training for me next Wednesday. So just know you're training next Wednesday on the call. And so I wanted you guys to be the first to know, because it happened while we were on the Zoom. He's like, dang it, I don't have his email.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Anyways.
All right, you guys, with that, I think we're just going to unmute. You know what I would really love you to do is message me personally, something you would like to learn. And I'm going to have some guests show up on the next few Mondays, but I would love to know what you'd love to learn, because maybe you didn't feel comfortable to ask your question here. And I want to make sure everybody's very comfortable. So message me. And if you have a topic that you would really like to learn, and we can jump on and teach it. All right?
All right, smile, everybody.
Well, a lot of people have jumped on.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
You're all unmuted.
1, 2, 3. Isogenics! Executive in the house! Jason Getson!
Congratulations, Jason.
Congratulations, Jason.
Racing you to 5-star, buddy.
That's right. Dude, I'm so happy for him.
Racing you to 5-star.
Hey, Al,
awesome.
So
Congratulations,
Mark,
Jason.
So Mark.
Love you, brother.
Oh, Mark left. I was going to say, who's next? Now I can go in the leader in our rally feed.
Is what I think.
Anyways,
I think
great
so
job,
too.
guys. And Maria, you're running, girl. We see you. Great job on all the people you're adding.
Go, Maria.
Thank you.
You're doing it.
God bless y'all.
Come on.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frankie,
Awesome.
Tom, and Dee.
Yeah.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
And,
All right. Bye,
Andrea,
goodbye.
what's up, girl?
All
I
right,
love
good
your
night,
smile.
guys.
Is the river lifted up?
It is. Yes, we can get out of our neighborhood now,
Okay. Well, let's
and the
get you
families together.
your director next. Let's go, girl.
What's Maria's
All
name?
right.
All right, good night,
And
everyone.
what's your date, Maria? When are you going
Bye-bye.
to turn director?
I told Frank July 15th.
What?
Why so
Come
long?
on. Shame
Oh,
on
what, for executive or
Oh no! Oh, the executive is July 12th.
did I say 12 or 15?
No,
I
when's
said
the?
12, my birthday, because that's when it ends.
Ah,
And so you don't
I
want that
have to go.
pressure.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. You
Yeah.
don't want
Bye.
that pressure. You want.